Hey, this is Coach Marty,
And this is Lori.
and it's time for That Sports Couple.
What?
Brought to you by
Diamond Distributing.
Colonial Exterminating Company,
Edward Jones, C. Robert Hemel.
Wendy Benedetto, Ladder and Blue,
Sports Pub, Dusterhead.
Adam Roussel, Riverbed, Carroll Peak, River Parishes Trophies,
The Seafood Pod. Laplace Glassworks. Due to technical difficulties, this week's podcast is audio only. Welcome to That Sports Couple. This is episode, what episode is this? This is episode 6, because it's week 6 of the high school football season. And this is That Sports Couple on the podcast. I am Lori Lyons, the long-time retired sports writer.
Right, first time.
And this is Coach Marty Luquette, the longtime baseball coach, veteran coach. Anyway, and we are married to each other. Somebody did not know that this week. I had to inform them. Anyway, we're married to each other, and since we retired and don't hang out much, we decided to do this little podcast. And this is season 2. How's it going so far?
Good football season. Lots to talk about. Still doing my Uber, running around town.
Mr. Uber Coach?
Loving it.
Mojo's Mobile Ministry.
That's me, guys. That's me.
If you get in his Uber, be prepared to talk about Jesus.
Nobody's jumped out yet. At least while I was moving.
Good point. Very good point.
Loving it. Having a great time. Just 6 hours a day, 3 days a week. And just a chance to get out of the house and do something and talk to people. And when I tell them that story, they think that's fabulous. So it's been fun.
And I'm retired. I don't do a whole lot of anything. I clean the pool, and then I get in the pool, and then I watch the leaves fall in the pool. And I eat sunflower seeds pretty much the whole time. But hey, and I also am still one of my still writing gigs is the Baton Rouge Rougarou. I am the Rougarou writer. I'm the Rougarou writer, and I actually had stuff to write about this week because let's see if I get this straight. So the guy who owns the Baton Rouge Rougarou, Ronnie Brandt, King Rougarou, has purchased another team, the Lake Charles Gumbo Gators, and they're in the same Texas Collegiate League, and they have hired, he took the 2 coaches that were at the Rougarou last year, won the championship, Stephen Klein and Carl Labby. They're going to move on over to Lake Charles and take over the Gumbo Gators, and he has hired Mike Forbes, who is the head coach at Walker High School, to be the new Rougarou coach. I'm the Rougarou writer. He's going to be the new Rougarou coach. And I did a story on all of that, did stories on all of that this week, sent out press releases, letting the world know all that. If you on Facebook, you saw it.
Yeah, it's kind of strange, but Ronnie kind of does what he wants, And
It's his world. We just
yes, to have 2 teams in the same league of 6. Hey, we'll see how it turns out. He may, I have no idea what his thought process was, but did he say?
No, just said he bought the team.
Awesome.
And they're gonna.
Well, because the league, if he does as good a job with the Gumbo Gators as he did with the Rougarou, he'll improve them.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's the goal. And the goal is, the guys who did the Rougarou last year, they are going to go over. The Gumbo Gators play at McNeese State, which is a beautiful facility. And they're doing some upgrades this summer or whatever we're in right now.
And if you watch the games, the Gumbo Gators did not play with a lot of enthusiasm. And that was the same complaint I had about
The old River.
the old River the year before. And these young coaches coming in, bringing that enthusiasm and getting after it.
Fire them up.
They did a great job with the River, and I'm sure they'll do a fabulous job
But
with
the Gumbo Gators led in attendance. Like they only won 9 games this summer, but they had the biggest attendance, and twice they had 2,000 people in their ballpark. So there's interest there. You just gotta give them something to look for now. So anyway, so that was my job this week. This was also the celebration, the Norco 100th birthday. There was a nice celebration right across the street from our house. We saw some of you, and it was very nice. Vendors and a really good band, and yeah, we had fun. I got the T-shirt. Lots of cool people, and it was loads of fun. It was very nicely done. Kudos to everybody who put that together. It was a lot of fun. Had a nice time. Good turnout. Rain held off.
it was well done, and lots of vendors, and
Yeah.
quite a few people, throughout the day. And Sheldon and Valero, kind of behind the sponsorship of it.
Oh, like every business in Norco had a booth or tent and sold their wares and or had something out there. It was very cool.
Or just advertised.
Yeah, it's very cool. You could go say hello. And Haydell's Furniture was out there, and they had pictures of sofas. So you could,
Well, he came over and talked to us.
oh, I know. It was cool.
And you can't exactly bring the furniture out.
That's what I mean. He had pictures. It was very cool. And then another writing gig I have, I'm the public relations manager for the Norco Christmas Parade, and it's that time, y'all, 60 days. I asked Siri today because I don't do math, but it's December 7th is the Norco Christmas Parade, and the theme of this year's parade is Santa celebrates 100 years of Norco. So there you go.
Yeah, we tied all that in.
Yeah, it's well done. You can wear the T-shirts. It's going to be fun. And December 7th, 1 p.m. The 610 Stompers are going to join us. I looked it up for the third time. This is their third appearance. Bands from Riverside Academy, Destrehan High School, Harry Harris Middle School, Albert Cannon Middle School, and a couple of sometimes East St. John joins us, and some of the other LaPlace schools. There are pageant queens and antique cars, and they all throw stuff, and you will go home with lots of cool toys, candy, beads, and stuff you may not expect.
Or need.
They throw a lot. They really do. It's fun. It's loads of fun.
It's a Louisiana parade.
Yeah.
Just low key, family oriented.
Very family oriented Christmas.
Bring out your ice chest, but don't get crazy.
No. Bring your lawn chair. So there you go. All right, Marty Joe, what'd you do tonight?
Oh, about the time I rushed home from Woburn in the mid-afternoon so I could watch 4 baseball games.
4 baseball games. I did not watch 4 baseball
No, you
games.
didn't watch.
So tell me what happened.
Well, we're trying to get down to the 2 teams in each league that will play for the league championship, and then of course there's the World Series after that. And tonight was a sad day in the Luquette house, certainly in the Daniel Luquette house, as the Yankees went down and got beat in 5 and 4. They lost 3 games to 1 to the hated Toronto Blue Jays.
Now I've been telling you, I heard the Toronto Blue Jays were good this year.
They tied in the regular season for the championship. Toronto had beat them, held the tiebreaker, so they had to play the start in Toronto, and Toronto played very well. And based on these 4 games, the best team won. And I hate to say that because I do like watching the Yankees play, but they did not play very well tonight, and they didn't get it. And then their defense kind of let them down, and next thing you know, they were on their way home.
It's not the Yankees' year.
It wasn't a typical Yankee year, but a lot of power numbers, a lot of strikeouts, some defensive lapses, and a bullpen that's questionable. You're not going to win championships like that.
Can't do that.
No. The other games, the Dodgers just lost to the Phillies in Game 3.
Now, see, I've heard the Phillies are really good
The
this year.
Phillies are fabulous, but the Dodgers beat them in 2 close games, in Game 1 and Game 2, and just now the Phillies put it on them pretty good, 8-1.
I did watch a little bit of that one, and if that was Clayton Kershaw's last outing.
But he's had a great year.
Oh, well,
You know, he really did.
and he's had a great career.
Right.
Let's not remember him for tonight's game.
No, I don't think anybody's going to do that. I even have a Clayton Kershaw shirt.
I know you do.
So I'm a big fan. I think he's been fabulous for years. He's fun to watch, you know. But
He did have fun.
no, he wasn't. And it was painful to have him go through that. But he was
They're not
doing,
going to burn any other pitching.
No,
They left him in there.
he was doing what was best for the team, and what certainly wasn't best for him. And so they're still leading the series 2-1. They play again tomorrow. The Cubs were able to win today, so they force a Game 4, trailing the Brewers 2-1. And in that one, and the Cubs look like their bats are waking up, and they have a little pitching, and they could make a run, but the Brewers are very good and have been all year. And the last one was the most shocking one is Seattle and Detroit. Seattle has owned Detroit's ace, and then and beat them, and then they turned around and lost 2 other games. So they're going to go to Game 5 on Friday night in Seattle, and
So we're going to watch high school football Friday night or baseball?
you and I are going to watch football. The iPad's going to have the baseball game.
He does that all the time.
Scoble is going to be pitching for him.
He does that all the time. He's always got, during baseball season, he's got a baseball game on the iPad.
Like, I don't fight for the TV. I just have to put my iPad right here. Yeah, she can watch what she wants. But this time of year, she likes to watch football, so that's easy. You know,
I saw somebody say today, I think there was a college, there's a game on tomorrow night, and like from here till January, there's a football game like just about every night. I saw that. Very strange.
We will be in a game tomorrow.
I know, I'm excited. To dive for the cool front.
Yep.
Football weather a little bit.
We're going to get out the house and go uptown and go see
Tulane.
Tulane
A
play.
1, a 2, a hell of a hullabaloo.
And it should be a great night. They're expecting the weather to change, and they're wearing their blues. Pretty.
I'll have my new blue Tulane shirt.
Yeah, they're very pretty. I got a new Tulane baseball cap they sent over to me.
Yes, it is pretty.
Yes. That coach sent to me, so I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time.
Coach Jay, thank you.
We're getting out of the house, y'all. All right, you won't see this till Friday, but hey, on Friday, just know that the Blue Cats were out of the house on Thursday. There you go. I think that's the rundown, everything we've done or up to. There you go. So, one more thing. Here's a little rant of the week. So everybody's having a fit because the NFL has chosen Bad Bunny to be the halftime show for the Super Bowl. 12 minutes of your life, people. 1, he's not a bad-looking young man. 2, I don't know any of his songs. I do not. But 78 million people do. And I did Google what is Bad Bunny's #1 song. You should do it. There's a music video that goes with it. It has subtitles. It's a little raunchy, but hey, lots of half-dressed women running around in water stuff. But anyway, it's a very catchy salsa tune. It was not anything that you go, oh my God, I can't sing. Anyway, there were subtitles on the bottom. And here's my point. You go to a Super Bowl party. Well, we don't, because you promised you'd never make me go to another one again. But you go to a Super Bowl party. Everybody's got their own recipe for wings, and everybody's got their own recipe for dip, right? You might not like it. But you're going to go. You're not going to not go to the Super Bowl. Let me finish. You're not gonna not go to the Super Bowl party because somebody might have wings that you don't like, right? Or somebody might have a dip that you don't like, right? just watch the stupid Super Bowl. To say you're not going to watch the game because of the halftime show is like saying, I'm not going to go to the party because they might have a dip I don't like. Really? Get over yourself. Just leave the room.
Sounds
Go
like
to
good
the
time.
bathroom.
Sounds like a good time to go.
Go have a smoke break or whatever you're going to do. Go check out the dip. There you go.
And have some.
One container of sour cream and one packet of taco seasoning. Stir it up. Serve it with scoops. We call it Donnie dip because our friend Donnie likes it a lot. So it's become Donnie dip at our house, but it's really good. People like it. All
We give
right.
all our food friends' names. Blues Chili,
Blues chili.
Donnie Dip.
I didn't think of that. Jane's taco dip. Yep, there you go. Happy's red beans. Now they're Marty's red beans. Yep, there you go.
Happy's Turkey.
He's the turkey man in the house. All right, week 5 results. Are we ready?
We ready.
We had a big week. I had a down week. The game that we watched on our big TV, Destrehan, Terrebonne went in undefeated and left not. Destrehan won 41-28. Malachi Dabney scored 4 touchdowns. Quincy Adams, the running back for Terrebonne, had 3 touchdowns and 177 yards. It was a very good game for a while.
Well, I think that the halftime, the first half, everybody who touched the ball scored. They did it slow though, because the defenses were playing pretty good. If you at least slowing them down. The week before, Terrebonne was getting 40-yard runs. Destrehan wasn't allowing that, so all the drives were very meticulous and slow. But it was 21-21 at halftime. And then Destrehan went in and made some adjustments, no doubt, because they came out and they held Terrebonne on the next 3 series.
Yeah, Terrebonne did.
And then, once they did
And there
that,
were 2 interceptions in the second half.
and then Destrehan scored twice in those 3 possessions, and now you're chasing the clock.
Yeah.
And Terrebonne was not able to keep up with Destrehan, and it was a great performance by Destrehan, certainly in the second half.
And look, Terrebonne's still a great team. They're still having a great season. I think they were number 2 in the power rankings this week, if I read that correctly.
Well, the only thing they did that was different
They started throwing.
when they started playing their running back at quarterback.
Yeah.
They were Wildcat, and then look, I can go way back to when Marshall Falk was in high school. When he played quarterback on his team, it was easier to control him because you could pack it in and you could get around him when he was a back and they flip it to him. Then you're chasing him a whole rest of the night. And I thought that decision played into the game. Once Destrehan quit trying to rush him and just said, okay, what are you going to do now? We'll hold you, we'll just surround you. And then he had to throw it.
Right, exactly.
And he isn't the thrower. The other guy is. So
Didn't that what you say? I wonder if he got hurt.
you almost had to guess because it just didn't.
Just change strategy.
It didn't make sense.
You don't change horses and legislate.
And we've watched them 3 weeks in a row because they played Riverside, and then they played St. James, and then we played
And we
Holmdel.
watched the Harville.
So actually we watched them for 4 of their 5 weeks, and it just didn't look the same because of what they did. Now I don't know if he was hurt or Destrehan just but Destrehan wasn't letting him hurt them in the second half.
There you go. All right, next game, Thibodaux 25, East St. John 6. Thibodaux is now 5-0. East St. John is 0-5. Still working on building that foundation. But Thibodaux's on a roll in the Lowell Narcisse.
I knew Noel. I moved over there from Cincy Catholic and has done a great job through 5 games. I mean, but they're going to get their first real test this week.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, they're going to get their first real test this week. Well, we can say it, but they're going to come to Honville, or they play Honville. I don't know if it's at Honville, but that's going to be. We'll know the true teams after that.
That's a fight. All right, Hornbill defeated H.L. Bourgeois 48-7. Fabian Celestine had 200 yards and 3 touchdowns for the Tigers.
He's really good. He's really good and explosive back, and he can do some real damage. And Coach Boyne likes to get him the ball. Obviously, gets lots of carries, and as it should be. Get a senior line in front of him. They can knock people off the ball, and we'll see if they're able to do that too.
And Bourgeois had come into the game with a lot of points. They had been scoring a lot of points, and Honville shut that down.
And last year Honville played Bourgeois twice. Once in the regular season where they handled them easily, and then once in the playoffs where they almost lost. So they weren't taking HO light.
Right.
They didn't have to look at much tape to realize what happened last year in the second half. So they came out and took care of it.
This one was a little bit of a shocker for me. Vanderbilt Catholic, 14, Letcher 3. Vanderbilt is now 5-0. Letcher is now 2-3. That was, I didn't see that one coming.
Well, I guess you have to say that Vanderbilt's for real.
Yeah.
Letcher's 2-3. They're playing with a young quarterback.
Yeah.
But they're playing great teams.
Yeah, absolutely tough schedule.
They're still high in the power rankings because of that. And, Dwayne will get that together. And they'll make a run in the playoffs. You can almost put that in the book.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Nobody's worried about it.
2-3, yeah, they're worried about it. They're 2-3, they're worried about it. But they'll keep working. Fundamentals, they'll work on making themselves better and then prepping for some other teams.
Oh, St. James, Levanta Davis said, just until we get them, until they're ready, you just keep it simple. Talk about turnarounds. Riverside Academy, 42. Vermilion Catholic, 19. Last year, Vermilion Catholic defeated Riverside Academy, and going into the season, Vermilion Catholic had not lost a regular season game since 2021 when they lost to ERAD 36-34. Now they are 1-4. Is that correct? 1-4. That Jaden Obiqui, I do not know him. He was not one of my students. Ran for 150 yards and 4 touchdowns for the Rebels.
He actually transferred in.
Yeah.
He was the one they were waiting for a year and a day.
Oh.
Okay, and he is now eligible, and he gives them that other threat. They had guys that could run, but not like this. And he's very talented running back, lives in LaPlace, and he gives them the compliment. They have a senior quarterback who can throw it. Now they can run it. So they give you that dual threat. And, they have some really good receivers, headlined by, Boogie Johnson, who's just fabulous. So, yeah. And they have a big offensive line.
And Chris Pecknell had 2 touchdowns.
He's also a receiver.
Yes. So,
they have a lot of weapons, and they have 2 of the best coaches in the area together, working with one team.
But if you go to the Advocate and you read the game story from the Riverside Vermilion Catholic game, I mean, their coaches, it's like, they were riding the high last year, and then they won state last year. They won state last year, and they were riding the high last year, and this year they're back to that rebuilding. Okay, here we go. We got to start from scratch again.
Well, their quarterback is at Nichols.
Yeah.
And he was fabulous, and he ran, and he was a undersized quarterback who could really run and was a great competitor. And Nichols grabbed him up. Not that he was a great thrower, but he was an athlete. They wanted them in their program, so they took him, and they replaced a lot of guys and a lot of weapons. They were as good in baseball as they were in football last year. So.
This one, we turned it on as soon as the Terrebonne Destrehan game ended, and we just missed the last play, but I think we got to see the replay. And all I heard was Frank Monica say, I would like to see that in slow motion. Well, we have. St. James defeated St. Charles 34-28 on the last play of the game, a 12-yard touchdown pass that Jacias Villanueva caught lying on the ground with the defender trying to stop it. It was an incredible play, and we've seen it several times. And in slow motion, it was a catch.
Well, they both went up, tipped away or dropped, or they batted it away, and they both fell. It just happened to fall off.
Ended up right on his
You know,
chest.
and he fell on him and he grabbed it and he scored the touchdown to win the game. No time on the clock.
No time on the clock. Walk off.
But everybody thought that was going to go. Obviously, St. James. Surprised they didn't try a field goal there.
Yeah.
But because they do have a pretty good kicker, but they chose to go for the throw, and maybe it took longer than they thought it was going to take. Yeah.
That was a great finish. I didn't see any of the rest of the game, but
No.
great finish. That was a crazy
It
one.
did go like this, though. It was, St. James was ahead. Charles caught up and went ahead. Then St. James came back. And, so it was a back and forth. Probably a great game to be at.
There you go. Oh, yeah, just the crowds.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And finally, West St. John continues. We knew that once they got in their own division group, they would be fine. They defeated East Iberville 38-6. Kalen Gardner had 257 yards. The quarterback, Barnes, threw 4 touchdowns, 292 yards. And Chance Booby had 2 touchdowns.
You think they had fun?
Yeah, I think they're
Yeah.
now that they're winning.
Yeah, I think they had some fun.
I think they're on a roll.
It's 500 yards off it.
I
I think
Those are the kind of games you like, except when you're a sports writer, you got to do math.
not if the other team doesn't do much.
No, yeah.
I do a Saturday morning radio show.
Yeah.
Every Saturday from 8 to 9, I'm the guest coach for the high school portion. And JM Sports comes on, and we were talking about all the games that had 100 points.
Oh,
One had 120 points, and it was a 7-point game. That's the fun ones. When they're going back and forth.
they're not a sports writer has to keep track of everything. If you just watch and go, oh, that was cool, that was fun. But if you have to get everybody's names and yards and where was he and where did he end up, no. But that was the fun.
Anybody have any sympathy for the sports writers? Those are fun games.
Those were the fun. They were fun.
They are
But sometimes it was like, oh, I needed a calculator.
That.
I did have a pretty cool system, though, that helped me do math on the fly. So.
Well, if they had,
Taught to me by Bill Bumgarner, the late, great Bill Bumgarner, who taught me that.
with 120 points in a game, there's a lot of yards there.
That's like the North Louisiana, last year they did it, and this year they're doing it again. Evangel and Calvary, they're all beating each other at 58, 57, and stuff like that again. Roy Lang, it's on you, boo.
Those are fun games. Certainly to watch. I don't care. I don't have the radio.
No, I don't either.
And if you're on radio or TV, you just say it as it happens and let it go.
Oh my goodness. I would be going, like a for the show game. Oh well. There's a reason I am not on TV or radio. I'm on internet. I'm on YouTube. And that's it. All right. So there you go. That's week 5. When we come back, please don't watch my little commercials. I work very hard on them. When we come back, we will preview week 6.
Way.
We're halfway. Well, yeah, we're halfway. We will preview week 6 in the River Parishes football. I'll tell you who's playing who, where, and what's happening. Brought to you by Robert Hemel at Edward Jones Investing on Belterre Boulevard in Laplace. Trust Robert with all your investment needs.
Brought to you by Colonial Exterminating Company, a local family-owned company that will help you get rid of your termites, pests, and rodents. They're a Christ-based company looking forward to serving you.
Welcome back to That Sports Couple with Lori Lyons and Marty Luquette, the coach and the sports writer. Our little podcast. We've caught you up on what happened last week. Week 5, lots of action. This week is week 6 in River Parishes football. Got some big matchups. You ready? All right. I'll tell you who's playing who. First up, HL Bourgeois is at Destrehan. The Braves come to God's country. Eat the jambalaya. It's very good. Destrehan won last year 33-7.
And then now feeling They've got their offense working. Their defense looks good.
Coming off a big win.
And they expecting to run the table. They still have that Halloween game in front of them. That's big, but the lion's share of their schedule has been played.
Yeah.
That's
Two
right.
tough ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're 3-2.
Yes. There you go. All right. Central Lafourche is at East St. John. This could be an interesting game. Central Lafourche defeated Central Catholic last week, 56-24. The Trojans are 2-3. East St. John still looking for their first win. This could be it.
All the coaches we talked to said that Central Lafourche was much improved, and they have new coaching staff over there, and they were
Just
doing.
1 point.
They won 2 games already, so we've had years where they didn't win any. So that's an improvement, and we're at the halfway point with 2. So they'll be looking in the district to see if they can upset someone because they're traditionally one of the bottom teams. But East St. John last year they didn't win any games, so it's going to be one of those contests that who wants it the most to win.
Right, exactly. This, to me, I think this is the game of the week. The Tiger fight. Thibodeau is at Hornville. Thibodeau is 5-0. Hornville is 4-1, correct? With the 1 loss to Terrebonne. Hornville is 9-0 against Thibodeau since 2015. But new coach, new system, new attitude. I think this is the game of the week.
If they were 10-0, my son would still be the football coach at Hornville. They were beating Thibodeau.
Oh,
They were beating Thibodeau, and there was a shooting in the parking lot. They stopped the game and never played it again.
okay.
And he
You
was,
haven't lived till you get that phone call.
Yeah.
There's a shooting. We're in the part where all huddled under the stadium.
but Hornville has definitely dominated that for the last decade.
Yes.
And but Thibodeau this year is 5-0. They haven't had a start like this probably since Dennis Lorio in '91 took them to the state championship. So,
I married Dennis Loria.
oh yeah, that's what you need. But I still talk to Dennis, and still, we text back and forth. And just a fabulous football coach, and actually,
I used to laugh at that too.
and actually, he was a great baseball coach. That's how I met him. He put me out to playoffs 3 straight years.
Somebody had to do it. Another turnaround game. Well, not really, but so St. Martin's, no, Riverside. Yeah, I had this one backwards. Riverside is at St. Martin's this week. The Lauren Wallenberry. Riverside has won every game since 2019. Last year's score with Harlemberry was 76-37 Riverside.
It's not going to be that close this year
Why not?
because I just Riverside has too many weapons, and watching the St. Martin scores, and knowing Kevin Kaiser at St. Martin's, he's not one to. He thinks punt's a 4-letter word. And he's trying to score on every possession. He may go for 4th and 4 at his own 28, because he thinks if he punts it, you're going to score anyway. So why not make it shorter?
Let's just make it fun.
And that's just how his mind is, and that's how he coaches. And he's going to have to pull some things out of his hat to stay in this game. But he's a good coach.
Yes, he is. He's a good guy.
And he's going to come up with a plan now, whether it'll work against that good Riverside defense. I don't know. I just think Riverside's way too fast.
That would be a fun one. This one too. If there's a B game of the week, St. Charles Catholic at Terrebonne. St. Charles coming off of that game with St. James. St. Charles and Terrebonne coming off a loss. And this is going to be a good one. Last year, and add this to the mix, last year, St. Charles won 25-19 in overtime.
And they're playing much better than they were last year.
Exactly.
St. Charles,
They can slow down Quincy Adams, or they're going to try to.
now Terrebonne beat St. James, so
Mm-hmm.
and then Lutchen. I don't know if you can compare game to game. St. James beat St. Charles. terrible.
I don't know.
Beat St. James. They were both real close. I don't, hey, that's for somebody else to worry about. That's for IU sports to talk about all week. But
We'll see who wins. That's gonna be look. That's gonna be good. And if you go in Oklahoma, La Casa del Sol. They should give me a little.
Roadhouse.
Oh, they do have Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Get steak.
They do have good steaks. But if you want beef, go to Roadhouse. If you want tacos Mexican, go to La Casa. Okay, I would. Here's another game for you. St. James, 4-1, is at Shaw, 3-2. Last year, Shaw defeated St. James 35-14.
But I tell you what, St. Charles,
It's the
St.
same. What do you
James,
say?
what a gesture hand. What fabulous schedules they put together. They're like going out and playing all the best teams they can find.
Yeah.
And St. James is not in the district with
No.
Shaw. St. Charles is, and they just playing,
We'll play you. Come on, we'll play you.
Saints, you got an opening, let's go. They don't care.
I used to like to tell people, they say, what do you do? I say, I work for the Times Picayune. I cover the Saints. St. Charles, St. John, and St. James.
But they just playing fabulous teams, and they're getting prepared, and that's what it's all about. You always playing good teams is always good for your team, unless you get hurt, unless you get injuries. And as long as you stay healthy, it's a great experience.
And last but not least, West St. John gets to play a district game this week. Varnado. Last year, West St. John won 22-6. Varnado lost to Pine last week, 54-8.
Varnado is 1-4 right now, so this is a matchup that either team can win. I just think West St. John will win it because
They're on a roll now.
Yeah.
They got their confidence. Their quarterback had a great game last week, and their running back, and I think they finally got all their cylinders working. It takes them some time to get in shape sometimes,
Other than their game against St. James, they've been in every game.
Yeah.
They've been close enough, us to say, to be able to be still playing football in the fourth quarter.
Exactly.
And I just think that they'll win this week against Marty. So.
There you go. Well, it'll be fun. Cooler temperatures coming. Be nice. My pool days might be done.
Well, we have a tendency to enjoy ourselves sitting in the house watching games on TV and iPads and phone and all that. So the weather doesn't really change that much for us as we turn the ceiling fan off.
Good point.
But that's the best part, is being able to watch and listen.
And if you're a parent or you're a player, there's only so many games you have. You gotta savor each and every one of them.
There's nothing more fun than high school sports, where you get to go watch your children play. Yeah, that's special. I don't care.
When they lose, it hurts.
And it's still special that you get to go to the park and see them, and even when they're waiting their turn before they're starters, it's still part of the atmosphere, and that's what makes high school sports so much fun. And I really enjoyed that. But my days are over for that. And I have gone.
We got to say goodbye to teams every year because he would coach and another team would come through.
I even went to a middle school game, because I have a granddaughter that's a dancer. So I'm sure I'm not out of the woods yet. I mean, I'm sure I'll be at Hornville High watching, the high steppers over there if she becomes one of those. So, I'll be back at the park. I'm just going to take a look.
And I have a grandnephew that runs cross country. I love you, Isaac. I do, but I'm not going to go watch you run cross country.
Go. Here he comes.
He's good too. And then another grandnephew that plays baseball, and we have gone to see him. But he's a youngster, and he's waiting his turn. learning his skill as a catcher. And
Waiting to grow.
gotta wait to grow, wait to get his turn. And then
He gets as big as
I
his
don't
daddy.
know how old I am gonna be, but I do have a young grandnephew who, if we're gonna have a tarpon in the house, good Lord, he's gonna be a South Lafourche tarpon. But he's a bantam right now. He's a baby.
I know, man.
No.
It's a long way.
It's a long
Together.
drive. Woo.
I hated that drive when I had to go.
Only on the bus.
I still hate
Love you, Sage. Don't know how many games we'll get to, buddy.
we'll blame old age.
Well, we're rooting for you.
Yeah.
There you go.
No tarpon.
If he's gonna be a target, at least he's cute, you know.
Okay. Didn't know that was a prerequisite.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Look, I played South Lafourche in the playoffs at Old Perry Walker in the mid '80s, and they came in and they were 5'10" across the line, 265 pounds. They punched guys in, and they were all the same. Everybody was 5'10". Nobody was taller than 5'10", and nobody was shorter than 5'10". Everybody was 5'10". And we were good. We were big and fast. And we were good. And they, bang, ran one in the line of scrimmage. Referee, we tackled them right at the line of scrimmage. Referee put the ball down, second down and 5. Second down and 5. Next play, poof, first down. They were just knocking us straight off the ball. And each play, boom, boom, boom. It went on all night. They beat us like 36 to 14. It was like we couldn't get the ball back.
One of the highlights of my senior year, though, was we went on the student bus to South Lafourche. We beat them like handily and coming home. We were all excited. Yeah. And then one time I did go cover a game at South Lafourche, made the drive, and this is before you. And I got my nephew, Lee, to come with me. I said, I don't want to go down there by myself. Please come with me. I'll buy you a hot dog, whatever. He came with me. We sat in the press box, teeny tiny press box with dead wasps everywhere. And at the end of the game, I went to pick up my bag, and I looked, and there was a spider in a web this big that had been like 2 inches from my knee all night long that I did not see until it was time to leave.
They grow big.
They grow big down there. Like, oh my God! Yeah, that's my memories of South.
Good fishing though. Good fishing. Yeah, we used to tease. We said they didn't lift weights. They just pulled them shrimp. That's in by their hands, instead of using the cranks. They would just pull them. They were big and strong. They were.
Those are the adventures of covering sports in the River Parishes and the Bayou. At least I know how to pronounce the names.
Yes.
There you go. You go. There you go. All right.
Goudros?
Okay.
Goudros?
Thibodeau.
Goudros.
Celeste. They got some Celeste.
He owns the town. All right, hey. Enjoy being with you. We love you.
And we love each other.
Sometimes. Most of the time. Stick around. Lori's got a joke.
I have a Halloween joke.
Oh, it's a Halloween joke. Okay.
Hey, Marty.
Yeah, hello.
Why should the football coach put the ghost on his team?
See him?
To give the team a little spirit.
Oh, no.
I like that. Bye.
I have a joke for you, but I can't tell it on TV.
Oh, no. Save it for later.
Okay.
Brought to you by Laplace Glassworks, your trusted local glass company since 1984. Give us a break. We'll fix it.